Hey there, YouTube. All right, I want to make a quick video here. Here's a quick tool I created to help out in Raid Shadow Legends with calculating if you want to purchase a soul from the soul market in the game. How much resources is that going to cost you? So, like, if I hop over here into the game, I go into the Altar of Souls, and then go into they call it the Mystic Market, but all right, so the question is here, if I want to go into the Soul Merchant and guarantee a purchase, so if I want to get this soul for 120 of this Immortal Essence, for example, like, how expensive would that be for me? Or, for example, if I look at my champion collection and I have my Hafrak, I want to get him up to a 4-star soul, or my Raglan up to a 3-star soul, or whatever. If I have a champion that I'm kind of planning out and I want to build up, how many resources would it take me to guarantee that the next time that champion shows up in the Altar of Souls here in the market, how many resources would it take me to guarantee that I'll be able to get them their soul the next time it comes around, or at least this the split soul here. So that's what this calculator is designed to kind of help out with. I'll put a link to this in the description below if you want to check it out. If you want to use it, feel free. All you got to do is come in here and you can make a copy of it. You can play around with it on your own. So I'll add that in the description. But yeah, so let's kind of go into how this works here. Okay, so the first thing here is this is based on this Reddit post here. It was posted about 3 years ago. So the data in there appears to be accurate from what I could tell, and I kind of copied that over into here. So basically here's kind of the raw data showing, like, for each rarity and rank, what resources are required. So if you wanted to get a 2-star, a rare rank 3 split soul from the market, it would cost you 12 Immortal Essence and 0 Eternal Essence. Or if you want to get a 5-star legendary soul, it would cost you 100 Eternal, 0 Immortal, etc. So that's all based on this post here. So if there's anything inaccurate about that today, then please let me know. I'll get it updated and fixed. But so that's kind of the first thing here. The data down here, it just shows you the raw numbers. But the calculator itself is kind of designed to hopefully be a little easier to use. So let's kind of go through an example. So let's say I want to plan for my Elva here. For my Elva, I want to boost her up to 4 stars for her blessing. So she is a legendary, and I'm looking for a 4-star soul for her. So I go to the calculator tab. Rarity, she's a legendary. I could choose whatever I want there, but she's a legendary, and I'm looking for a 4-star soul for her. Or I could choose whatever other rank I want, but we're looking for a 4-star soul. So what this spits out, so here are the inputs for it, and then here are the outputs. And so it tells me, okay, if I want a 4-star legendary soul, that's going to be 300 Immortal Essence. So the Immortal Essence is, if you go in here, so they have these 3 different currencies, which makes it a little annoying when you think about the words for it. But Immortal Essence is the silver and red one here. Eternal is the gold and red one. So it would cost me 300 of these Immortal Essences to get that 4-star soul. So that's what I need to have there at a base level. So, okay, so that's useful to know. But then down here, it kind of goes a little bit further here. So the thing is, if you want to get a certain number of these Immortal Essences, you can also hop over to the Summon tab here. And if you do a 10 pull of Mortal Soulstones, it'll get you 200 of the gold coins. And once you get those gold coins, you can go to the market and use those gold coins to buy the essence. So based on that, in this case, so I need 300 of this Immortal Essence. So effectively this thing, it's hard because there's 3 different currencies involved here, which makes it's so confusing. That's why I wanted to have a calculator for this. So maybe it's easier to start here first. So All right, so if you have 750 mortal soul stones, you can take those and pop over into the summoning altar here. So if I have 750 mortal soul stones, and let's just kind of play it out here. If I have 750 mortal soul stones, that means I can do 75 10 pulls, right? 750 divided by 10. So with those 750 soul stones, I can do 75 of these 10 pulls. Each 10 pull gives me 200 of these gold coins. So 75 times 200 gold coins gets me 15,000 coins. So if I start out with 750 soul stones, mortal soul stones, then that is equivalent to 15,000 of these coins, of the gold coins. And then with the 15,000 gold coins, you hop over into the market, and 15,000 gold coins divided by 50. So each one of these immortal essences is 50 gold coins. So 15,000 divided by 50 is 300. So with those 750 mortal soul stones, you can get back to an immortal essence 300 of those, right? So a little convoluted, but effectively what it's saying is, if you have a certain number of mortal soul stones, then you can do 10 pulls of those to get the coins out of it, and then use those coins to hop into the market, and then purchase the amount of essence that you need. And this goes for, so the left column here is for the immortal essence, so that's the this one, and then the right column is for the eternal essence, which is the higher one. So if you want to get the eternal essence, you go over to the altar, and then you have to pull the immortal soul stones. So in the same way, here's the number of immortal soul stones you would need to pull, and then the immortal soul stones, those translate into these, they call them eternal soul coins, the white and red ones, and then you use those eternal soul coins to get eternal essence here. So if we look at a different example, if we wanted to get the 5-star legendary soul, so this one doesn't cost any immortal essence, but it costs 100 of the eternal essence. So if you want 100 eternal essence, which again, that's the this one here, if you want 100 of those, then you could take basically 100. So you would need, it doesn't round up here, but so, because in order to do all this, you have to do a 10 pull to get the bonus coins out of it. So for example, let's say we had 170 of the immortal soul stones, then that would give us 17 10 pulls here. So then with those 17 10 pulls, you would get 17 times 300 coins. That would give you 5,100 coins. And then using those 5,100 coins, pop in the market. By 50, that gets you 102 essence, which that is enough to get you the to guarantee that you can buy the split soul whenever it becomes available for you. All right, so that's kind of how the math on this is working. Fairly straightforward. It's just, here's the amount of essence you need for a particular rarity and rank, and then if you instead want to guarantee that you can get that, then you can also pull your soul stones to get it, and then here's the number of soul stones you would need to get to guarantee that level, right? Okay, so that's that piece of it. One point to call out here, so a caveat is, as you're pulling these soul stones here, you'll be adding to your soul collection, and so in your soul collection, as if you want to sell off any of the souls that you pull, especially for me at least, I usually sell off my duplicates, or especially if it's a duplicate in a low rarity, like a duplicate rare soul here that I don't think I'm going to use. Like, here's a good example. Like, do I really need 2 souls for Ghoulish Ranger? Probably not. I don't even know who this dude is. So, right, and then so I have a 4-star and a 2-star soul, so I can sell this one off and I'll get back 6 of these gold coins. So whenever you pull your souls from your whenever you pull your soul stones over here, you'll probably get some duplicates, and then you can sell those off, and you can recoup a little bit of that cost. And so this is the numbers in here. They're showing you, in a worst case scenario, if you pulled all of these soul stones here, you could guarantee that you have enough essence to get the the soul that you want. So it's kind of saying, in a worst case scenario, here's what you could get. But, depending on how many souls you sell off along the way, you might be able to get there with less soul stones. So that's something to be aware of. And then, so there's that. And then the last thing to call out here is that you can also enter in your starting balance of these essences here. So for example, let's say, we'll just take another example here. I'll take my Harima. And so she's a 6-star, she's a legendary, and I'm looking for a rank 3 soul to boost her up. So legendary, we're looking for a 3-star soul. So we're looking for a legendary 3-star soul. We hop over here. All right, so that's going to cost us 120 of the immortal essence, which is this one. So we need 120 of those saved up. So the other thing, you can enter in a starting balance for these things. So for example, right now, because I just purchased one recently, I don't have any immortal essence saved up. But, if I had 50 immortal essence sitting there from farming Iron Twins or whatever, you can enter in your starting balance there, and it'll subtract that off the cost, right? So if I start out with 0, then it'll cost me 120 essence to guarantee the soul. But if my starting balance is 50 or whatever, then it'll say, okay, well, now it's only going to cost you 70 to get the soul. And then based on that, so if you only need 70 essence, then you need 3,500 of the gold coins to guarantee that. And so therefore you need 175 mortal soul stones. And maybe one other thing to call out, and now that you have this information, you can also kind of say, okay, and actually this is probably something I should add to a version 2 of the calculator. But so, all right, let's say I know that I need 175 mortal soul stones to get this thing here. A mortal soul stone costs 1,000 of these silver coins. So basically all you have to do is say 175 times 1,000. You need 175,000 of these silver coins here to purchase the number of mortal soul stones that you need. So in other words, if you had 175,000 of these silver coins in the bank, then you could purchase all the soul stones that you need. So that's probably something I should add to a version 2 of this thing, but for now, I'm kind of keeping it simple. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. Again, I'll put a link to this in the description. If it's helpful, feel free, let me know if there's stuff that could be improved about it. If there's anything incorrect, feel free to let me know, and I'll see what I can do to update it. Or, if there's a better version of this out there, or if somebody wants to make improvements to it, have at it. No problem with me. But hopefully this is useful to somebody. All right, see y'all later. Bye.